So typically, Mr. Wallinger, I am of the belief that Instagram ads are bad, actually, for the most part.
Often, yes.
And X ads, not even just often now, just all the time, are garbage. Just the worst type of content. But every so often, to quote Christoph Waltz in Inglorious Bastards, like sometimes destiny reaches out and like gives its hand, or I think that's the
Yeah,
quote, something
close
along those.
enough. Close enough.
Right? I thought I did okay there.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling Instagram today, Monday, as we record this, Jake. And what should my wondering eye find appear? I don't know what that saying is either. I'm off to an awful start today. This jersey, this Boston Red Sox City Connect jersey on sales. Hey, come buy this. Only it's not just a City Connect jersey. On the left panel of the front is Snoopy wearing a red Red Sox jersey and a red Red Sox hat. On the right sleeve is Woodstock, Woodstock in a Red Sox hat hitting a baseball. And in the back, in not Red Sox numbering, Red Sox City Connect numbering, just random block numbering, Snoopy 23. Jake,
Yeah.
I gotta buy 10 of these for myself, I think.
It fits. I mean, there's dozens on here.
Why don't you do me a favor and tell me the website for that? I promise this is not an ad. This is just I had to start the episode with this.
It's well, I don't. How would you Sexy? How would you say this?
Sexy. It's I.
No, it's definitely
No, it's
not that.
Sezzy. I thought it said sexy. SECSY. That would have been way funnier.
SCESY.com. And you get on there and you search Red Sox. By the way, this could be a complete scam. We don't know.
Oh, dude, you could totally lose your personal information on this. I have
Yeah.
no idea. I'm not
But
endorsing you buy it from here.
If
However,
you just want to check these out, they've got Goku, who the creator just passed. God
Rest
rest
in
his
peace.
soul. We've got Deadpool. We've got Barbie. We have Beyonce.
Barbie number 69.
We have.
Nice.
That's a bit crass.
Mickey Mouse.
We
OG.
have fucking One Piece,
Def Leppard.
Stitch. I mean,
Pink Floyd on here. Kiss. Are you kidding me,
Yeah.
man? Iron Maiden.
so if you're willing to take the risk of having your identity stolen for a silly $40 jersey, we got
the
we
Winnie
got
the Pooh.
spot for
The
you.
one's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Winnie the Pooh,
you
no
can't-
pants
you
on
can't
the
wear.
front?
I was gonna say you can't wear pants with that one though. If you get the Winnie the Pooh one.
You as a Kevin Jonas one specifically. Elvis is on here. It would have been Nick Jonas. Okay. Who are we missing? We're missing Joe Jonas. There's another Snoopy
No,
one.
there's a Joe. There's a Joe. I saw.
Okay,
Joe.
I haven't seen it yet. There's another Snoopy one where he's wearing number 50. Feels wrong to do that with the Red Sox. Red Sox jersey 50 Snoopy, but nevertheless, he's holding a World Series trophy. The actual Commissioner's Trophy. It's not like, generic baseball trophy number
Yeah.
1. Nope, the Commissioner's Trophy.
Oh, no, I mean
with
this
good old
this
Chuck on the back,
entire
Charlie Brown.
operation infringes on hundreds of copyrights for sure. But
Thousands and thousands, maybe even hundreds of claims being filed here. You as a John connoisseur, Jake,
yeah,
you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
appreciate that, like, they went through the trouble of making, like, the template of, like, the City Connect one. They've got it right, like the right font, like the arm stuff, like
well,
the
to be
617
fair,
patch.
these are mock-up.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. Did you just disappear? No, you cut out for a second. I don't. So why don't you repeat what you just said?
They're
Markups.
not mock-ups. They're not photos of the product, so whatever you receive could look far different from what's on this website. But the mock-ups look nice.
Okay, I was gonna say the mock-ups don't look so nice enough where they got the numbers right, because the name and numbers are. You were complaining about how small the Fanatics lettering was on the back. The lettering here for the last names is way too
They
big.
go the other way.
Yeah.
Yes, they go the other way.
About as big as your head, and the numbers are not nearly close to the Red Sox numbers. So
I like them.
yeah, this is to say that Liam, who is not here today, he is sick. Get well soon, Liam. This is to say that Liam, Jake, and I will be patrolling the streets of Lansdowne and patrolling Fenway Park this summer. With any variation of these shows, they have a Stitch Red Sox jacket $80
Oh yeah,
further
yeah,
down.
they do.
Some of these jerseys
They also
are
have
on
a
sale.
Red Sox Harry Potter Marauders map. The whole thing is just the map.
Jeez. They've got like 5 Goku ones.
Yeah, they're really, strike while the iron's hot. I bet those get some sales these
I
last few days.
suppose. Like the Elvis ones had to have been going a couple years ago when Austin Butler was doing his thing.
Of course.
What's one IP that you would want to add on there?
Ooh.
onto the Sezi website.
What about like The Departed?
Costigan, number 1.
Yeah, Billy.
You know what mine would say on the back? Red Sox, and it's just it's a picture of Costello doing the teething fucking rat thing.
Oh, I was gonna say there's Fitz in
yes,
in
it could,
The Departed.
could do that, but no, the teething fucking
Where's
rat.
your boy?
Right, I'm coming home for dinner. But teething fucking rat on the front.
Yeah.
And on the back it says microprocesses. That's
Oh, nice.
That would be
nice.
my for the. That is Maudib. I haven't seen Dune 2 yet, so I don't know.
Oh, Fitz.
No, I'm sorry. Well, Liam isn't here to discuss it, so
Muad'Dib.
Maudib.
Muad'Dib.
I'm Mike Shawarin. I know how to pronounce that, aka Fitz. This is Pod on Lansdowne. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the program. Our final installment of our American League East preview series is here. Alex from Raise the Roof at Raise the Roof TB on Twitter joined us to talk about Tampa Bay. Hey, Tampa Bay. Are the Rays going to shine? You're going to find out later on in this edition of the program. But first, Jake, we can actually, genuinely, wholeheartedly start with some good Red Sox news. This ain't even a bit.
We can't. Oh, right. I forgot that
You already
happens.
forgot. Brian Bale, man, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we like to yak your chain a little bit. We like to pull your leg a little bit, dear listener, by doing a little fun like this, that, the other. No, this is a nice, honest, wholesome, nice. Okay, it's been a
Nice.
pretty stinky off season, all things considered. But you know what? This is nice. This is nice to have Brian Bayo extended for 6 years at $55 million over the course of that extension. It eats 1 year of his free agency post-arbitration with the club option, I believe? Yeah, club option for a second year in 2030.
So if he's good, it's 2 years. It's a 2 years of
Exactly. And if that is the case, you would get him through his age 31 season. This is great, Jake. Obviously, it doesn't change a ton of the prospects for the 2024 club. But again, it's nice to be able to say, you know what? Okay, at least the front office has identified another part of the core that they want to keep around. And that you can't really complain too much about.
No, and I think it speaks even more to how the new regime views him. That this was the first kind of real business. I mean, there had been, we signed fucking, Giolito and stuff. But this was the real first meaty thing this new front office has done. So Craig and Mr. Bailey, they must think quite highly of Brian and think he can take sort of a next step in his development. Even Pedro is out here, but I wish Pedro would stop talking about Brian Bayo, frankly, because it's
an unfair comparison.
Yeah,
to the boy.
I mean, it's like the worst. The greatest peak a pitcher has ever had in history. Yeah, he's just like me. He's just like me for real. Yeah, but no, but I mean, Pedro speaks very highly of him, which is nice to hear. Would I have liked maybe a third free agent year bought out? Yes, I would have. But at this point, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, if that you can't complain.
Beggars
too much
can't be
about,
choosers at this point, Fitz.
Exactly, right? And listen, 2030 might as well not exist whatsoever, as far as we're concerned here. The world could blow up in 3 years, is the way this is going. So the fact that Brian Bayo could be even still on the team after the world explodes, it's nice. But no, seriously, you mentioned the front office potentially, seeing something in him to take a step forward. That is especially encouraging. This with the contract, again, also mixed with the fact that, he's developing in the slider a bit more, trying to mix that more into his arsenal, try to get 3 primary offerings as he begins his second full year as a starter. That's exciting shit, man. I know that it seems like grasping at straws here to try to get something to be excited for 2024, but I am excited to see what Brayan Bello can do. You saw it in spurts where he looked like he was setting the world on fire. He had some growing pains in the latter half of 2023. That's fine. He was 24 years old. First full time going through, the entire circuit. He can. There's so much room for him to step forward. I don't think he has the ace, an ace ceiling.
But
grade 2, great 3, which you need. And if you can have it at a good cost-controlled sort of a cost going forward, all the better. So we need that for Brayan Bello. It's good.
And it sounds like this. They're hoping this is the first of several extensions. Stats Masterson had an article today.
Look at that transition. Globe. Look at you.
Yeah. I learned from the best.
He's growing up, kids.
Stats Masterson had an article where he was saying the Red Sox are in talks with several of their young bucks, hoping to get those extensions, buy out a couple free agent years. So to that I say, please.
Well, we already know they're doing it with Casas because he keeps yapping about it.
Yeah, which is good, I guess. I think we said this.
Yes.
It's better that he's yapping about it because it means he. Drive it up, but at least he wants, right? If he was like, I don't want to talk about it. That's worse, probably.
Yeah, at least he's being real,
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, who else is there? I don't know. Fucking Cutter. Maybe if they think Cutter's gonna take a real step, throw a couple. I don't know, right?
Potentially. I mean, there's some stuff under the hood
Duran,
with Cutter.
I don't know.
I think you would have to see it for another half season for Duran before you start. And he's already on a pretty team-friendly contract through 27, 28, I believe. Something like that. Duran's on a pretty good deal right now, if memory serves.
Yeah. I don't know. Alex didn't name names. But just the fact that they're looking into it is nice. Like we said last week, I think they have literally not extended somebody pre-arb ever. What did we come to? Was it could we think of an example where they extended yeah, so
Duran's arbitration runs through 2028, by the way, just
all right.
Fuck it then. For clear, he's still in pre-arbitration.
Yeah, I mean Whitlock, he was the only guy, and that was he was like a Rule 5 guy.
Yeah,
so
he's Rule 5, so it's not it's not exactly apples to apples there. To quote what the guys on Monsters of Sox said, I almost said Over the Monster. Didn't want to dead name the podcast, but Monsters of Sox, Dan and Brian, I forget which one of them mentioned it. I know which one of them mentioned the slander to me regarding ruining Chris Martin. That was Brian Joyner, and don't think you could get away with that, Mr. Joyner. I will be seeing your ass in court. But one of them mentioned that you run the risk if you don't get a deal done with Tristan Casas soon, you could be potentially missing out on saving somewhere around 8 figures, $50 million, and that is something to consider.
I mean, if he cooks again, I mean, if he plays how he played the second half last year, he's gonna make the All-Star team this year. First base in the AL is not loaded. I mean, I think he's even if he plays exactly the way he played last year. I think after Yandy Diaz, he was the best, statistically the best first baseman in the AL.
I was just trying to think a couple guys who could be. I mean, if Josh Naylor is good again this year, he might be in that mix as well. But Vinny P potentially if things break his way. But it's not like these juggernauts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like Olsen and Freeman, they're out.
Yeah,
in the NL,
right.
So it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, odds are he's going to end up an All-Star this year, unless things go south real bad. So even that, I mean, that's a real feather in his cap. In negotiations, so yeah, I'd like to.
He probably knows that too. And how much lower would the value go at this point? You know what I mean? Even if he does have a kind of year, you know what I mean? If he doesn't take a huge step forward, he would still be able to fetch a pretty hefty enough of a contract if they wanted to extend him, post arbitration.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pointed to the Matt Olson contract that he signed with the Braves. The thing is, he had already been in the league. It wasn't really the same. That was almost a free agent contract. Like,
yeah, he was like 4 or 5 years in.
5.
There you go.
So, but I mean, I think if things go, obviously, Matt Olson last year is a extremely high bar, but everything all the years before that seems kind of in line with where we think Costas will end up somewhere. His output, I mean. So
I was gonna say they're a bit different players, the batter profile, but in terms of like at the end of the day, the production, it could be around there.
Yeah, so I hope that gets done. But Bello, that's great. Yeah, I mean, nice to have something to be happy about.
I mean, he signed as an international prospect back in the day for like 17,000.
Yeah, did you read that whole thing with the Phillies and that stuff?
We'll tell the audience about that.
Well, I don't remember it exactly, but I don't remember it verbatim, but it was like he was about to sign with the Phillies as an international free agent, and there was a little something wrong with his physical, something with his arm, so they backed out. And
his swag was too different.
His swag was too different, and the Sox got him for pennies on the dollar, and now here we are.
Yep, and he was able to celebrate the contract in native
Back
land
home.
of Republica Dominicana, right?
Yeah.
He was able to. That was cool to see that.
Fitz, let me, if I may, another transition here. Speaking of the DR, may I?
You may.
I may speak. Why aren't these just regular season games that they play down there?
Oh God, 100%.
Like, what the fuck? What difference? I mean, the fucking Dodgers and Padres have a regular season game in like 6 days. And then they come home and have another week and a half of spring training.
Jen McCaffrey's article in The Athletic about the series, and also mentioned some of the stuff about how Bello was able to celebrate signing the contract in the DR. Mentioned a quote from Ortiz, basically saying, I'm paraphrasing, like, hopefully a series like this where people are coming out for, which is at the end of the day an exhibition game, people are coming out to see all these players from the Dominican. Hopefully this is a way to kind of springboard more investments into a better facility in the DR, where more regular season games could be played, more showcases could happen. And it makes a ton of sense because, I mean, I don't have the number in front of me, but obviously there's a huge percentage of the MLB player pool that comes
it's gotta
just
be
from
the
that
most,
island.
It's got to be
just
the
from
most that aren't American, right? Maybe Puerto Rico. I mean, that's got to be 2 and 3 if I had to
like
guess.
per capita or just like total?
No, like total. Well, probably both. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's obviously the most Americans in the league, and then I would say the DR and Puerto Rico have to be 2 and 3.
Yeah, up there. I would.
So yeah, I just don't understand. It seems so obvious. Like, why wouldn't they try to do something
just
like
from that side of the island?
Yeah.
It's so much of the player pool comes from there. So to invest more into that, that's only going to breed more excellence down the line. You know what I mean? It feels like a no-brainer. And hopefully the league can see that, because that was a pretty cool sight to see that.
And I bet it would be us too, going back, because I feel like the Red Sox have quite a connection.
History of players with that. The Yankees, of course, too.
Yeah, but we have, I mean, even now we have 3, I think, right? Devers, Rafaela, and Bello. But then historically, obviously, there's Ortiz, Pedro. I mean, that's like the guys. So, yeah, I think it would be really awesome. And I'd probably go. I'd love to go. I've never been to the beautiful DR.
Pot on Lansdowne trip down to.
I should let the locals go, asshole.
You're like the foul ball guys trying to take the tickets at the Fort Bragg game a few years back. Remember that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Unlocked a memory for you right there.
I would, if the Red Sox played in. I just want them to play in one of these cool. Like, I know they did.
London a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Japan in 08.
I'd go to that. Japan, that'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
But like, they did the Little League one. That's like whatever. That's not exciting to me. Had they done the Field of Dreams game, Fitz, I would have made it happen, I think. I don't know. I know there was like 200 tickets or whatever, but
I tricked my parents into mortgaging their house. Speaking of Field of Dreams, John Mulaney.
Yeah, great bit.
Host the Oscars next year, King. Please, please, please.
Speaking of Field of Dreams, I have a piece of trivia for you, Fitz. A piece of Field of Dreams trivia. Did you know they're uncredited, but that film is the screen debut of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Really?
They are in Fenway Park when they show Fenway Park.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can actually really see them, but they are in the they signed up to be extras that day, and they are in the park in those shots.
How about that?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I would have thought like one of the first Ben Affleck things, at least speaking role, was Mystic Pizza. That had to have been one of his first, right?
I think that's like.
Or was that Matt Damon?
That's
I think it was Matt Damon.
That's right? Matt Damon.
Yeah. Okay. But you talk about cameos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Do you think Ben Affleck and Matt Damon get a check in the mail anytime Field of Dreams is streamed or shown on TNT?
I would say no.
No.
Yeah.
And if it was, they wouldn't notice. I would imagine they've got other things going on. So
that 3 cents.
Hey, save them up, man. Save up those dimes and nickels.
Sure.
We're gonna take a step aside, but when we return, our interview with Alex from Raise the Roof. Our preview of the Tampa Bay Rays. But first, ad time.
Hold on, I'm gonna go. Should I ask if we want to do a Sophie segment?
Let's do 5 minutes of non-Sophie stuff, and then we'll get Sophie in for the Oscar stuff.
Okay. Here.
Is there any other Red Sox thing that we want to mention?
I don't think so.
Let me Google Red Sox news.
Do you have anything? So.
Oh, Giolito.
She's asleep, so scratch that.
Okay. babe, it's time to come on the podcast.
It's good. She needed a nap.
Yeah, we can mention Giolito. Just officially season over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, sure.
Quickly mention that. Trying to see what else there might be. CJ Cron debut.
Ooh.
I have another thing for baseball that I'd want to bring up. But okay, I know we're good. Be like 10 minutes or so baseball, 5-10 minutes baseball, and then we can do Oscar stuff. We are back. Again, thank you very much to Alex of Raise the Roof for coming on to the program. Very extensive rundown of the Rays going into 2024. That was a nice extensive preview. So when they are a pain in the ass again this year, at least you'll have seen it coming. You'll have seen all the people who are pains in the ass to the Red Sox in the 2024 season. Speaking of the 2024 season, Jake, you know who's officially now going to miss it?
Lucas Giolito fits.
Lucas Giolito, yeah, he officially going under the knife.
They got him.
They got him. He was a fucking kid. Just a fucking kid. Yeah. Giolito, yeah, he's gonna have surgery. He is out for all of 2024. The extent of the injury, interestingly enough, is still unclear. But I mean, either way, no pun intended. Either way you cut it, it's. Kind of talked about it a lot last week, but it's just now with it being official, it's still kind of sobering. It's like, can't miss what you didn't have, I suppose.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I almost, it's like, I didn't, had he pitched maybe like one game, in the regular season, it would have been way worse. I think mentally, because it's like, there he was. But I never even watched him pitch. I don't think I watched the one televised two. Maybe he made two, but I didn't see it. So it's like it never happened to me.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, not real. That's how I choose to think.
Fugazi. It's not fucking real.
If I start to really analyze it, I don't know where those innings are coming from, but hey, we'll find out. They got to come from somewhere, I guess. Somebody's got to pitch them. So we'll find out.
With opening,
how fun is that?
Yeah, exactly. We're all going to find out together. With opening day a couple of weeks away, like I am trying to get myself even more optimistic about this. Not that I was necessarily optimistic in the first place regarding this year's iteration of the team, but I'm trying to, like, you know what? Like, even if the team's bad, I still love watching baseball, still love watching the team, still going to watch the team, still going to talk about the team. And the Bayo thing helped me get a little bit more optimistic with it. So, going to try to turn it around with Giolito. Like, yeah, it sucks to not have him this year, but hey, maybe the Bayos and the Cutters can step it up. Maybe Pivetta has that season where everything comes together for him on a walk year, but maybe he's able to do that. I don't know. Maybe Houck's able to consistently give you 5 innings.
Yeah, I think, and
pay me if you want me to make
Oh, she's risen.
oh, I guess she wants payment if she's gonna come on. So nope,
Okay.
not in the budget.
Okay. Thanks, Soph.
I was
Maybe if I won the Oscar pool last night, I would have.
Yeah, I came in third. I got $80.
What
was I? Oh, positive. I mean, things. The spring, aside from Giolito, has gone okay. I think there's things to be excited about. Like Rafaela seems like he's probably going to make the team. It's right, if I had to guess.
I think so. At this,
he's
point.
hitting and he can play the D. We know that. Otherwise, a lot of the bullpen guys that they grabbed have looked good. Slayton, he looked good. Who else is there? I don't know.
There's Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby, yeah, he just signed with the
yeah.
Pats.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I just saw that on the timeline.
That's cool. I
welcome
like
back,
that.
King.
Yeah, I don't know. I just need I fucking hate spring training, Fitz. I think I've said this every year.
See, that's the transition I wanted to get into. Now it's getting to be a tease.
Yeah,
now it's a tease.
I hate it.
And if guys need the time to rev up, I guess at the end of the day I understand, but it is such a fucking tease at this point. Just give me the real stuff. I want the real thing. You can't, you know when you're training a dog, like you can't hold the treat out in front of him for too long, or else the dog gets fussy and doesn't do what you want him to do. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Yeah.
There has to be a reward here. Okay. I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to bark at you because you're not giving me the treat. I want the treat. I've sat. I've rolled over. I've played dead. I've spoken. I want my treat, which is
we're
baseball.
less than 3 weeks out. I think the light is at the end of the tunnel. It is.
What I really need just to get to is the first weekend of the tourney, which is not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after, because that helps bridge the gap.
Yeah, it brings you right in.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? Wow, you'll be able to do some double screen action for that first weekend of baseball.
Oh yeah, it crosses over.
Red Sox on, yeah, because Sweet 16 will be that Thursday on opening day.
Oh, okay.
Red Sox get the big TV though. That'll be the thing.
I'll be in Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, I wish I was in Seattle. When are you coming home?
When I'm coming home end of April.
End of April. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready to again pick a random. I haven't watched much college basketball at all this year, but I'm ready to pick a random school and claim that I'm the biggest fan. Or unless UMass qualifies. If they win the A10, then we're bringing it back to Amherst, baby.
BU basketball qualified in 2020, but then the tournament didn't happen. So
why? What happened?
I don't know.
No. Speaking of LA, we can't avoid it any longer.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
You're the biggest movie buff here at the podcast.
Yeah.
Movie's biggest night was Sunday.
Yeah,
all the stars were there.
All the stars were there. And I'll tell you what, Fitz, it was a flawless show until it wasn't.
Why? What happened there? What happened there? You can actually tell me what happened there.
What happened there? That would be Lily Gladstone losing, lead actress.
Yeah, that was a miss. Now, granted,
that ain't right.
I don't think you agree with this take that I'm about to say, but I thought Emma Stone was still really good in Poor Things. I like that movie.
She was fine.
A good amount.
She was fine.
Your tweets last night were not giving any.
Because I don't think it's. I think she was fine. I don't think it's even remotely close to what Lily Gladstone did in Killers.
I would say Lily clears for sure. Again, Emma Stone, excellent performance in that movie. And there was one point of the night where I texted you, Poor Things kept winning stuff. I'm like, do they have a chance to sneak in and win Best Picture? I don't think so. But
yeah,
like,
that was a little dramatic.
I don't know, Jim. And then I said it, and you said no. And then 2 seconds later, they instantly won another award. So
yeah, they won the technical awards. That's the movie looked great. I'll tell you that.
Looked phenomenal.
Production design was very very cool. But then unfortunately it also won lead actress, which that's just a bummer to me.
Emma Stone thought so too at first.
It's just like, I mean, ultimately, the Oscars don't matter. Like, it's a fake, it's made up, whatever. But I think Killers was such a colossal movie, and I think Lily was so amazing in it. And it's just kind of a bummer. Like, I was legit kind of just bummed out the rest of the evening after the show.
Yeah, but history, the history is gonna look back like positively on that. Like, that's gonna age well. That's gonna stand the test of time.
Yes, I agree. I just even for her sake, winning an Oscar, that gives you some fucking juice.
Yeah, of course.
And she's not like remotely as famous as Emma Stone. Yeah,
there's only so many actors and actresses who are,
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Fitz. It sucks that I can't even do like a bit and be like, oh, the Oscars, they woke. Because it wasn't woke. I wish it was more woke this time.
Well, Elon Musk thinks they were too woke.
Yeah, like, I fucking wish that they went woke. White women. Winning again.
Just days after International Women's Day.
Da'Vine won, though, so that was cool.
Da'Vine, yes. That was probably, and I don't mean to say this like disparagingly, or sarcastically, anything. That was the most straightforward slam dunk, given award of the night. You know what I mean? Like, that was a given.
She won everything.
Deservedly so. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So, no, that was not... I mean, Fitz, legitimately, I had not a single problem with any of the awards given out other than lead actress. Like, it really was... Compared to last year, where I was like, fuck, I had a lot of problems last year. But no, it was really good. Like, lead actor, great. RDJ, supporting, great. I'll tell you what, adapted screenplay I still think should have been Oppenheimer, because I think that script is insane and a real achievement, but whatever. I mean, it won 3 other Oscars, so it's fine. Nolan still got his several trophies, but
Nolan finally got his directorial one too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a great. It was great until.
Oh, they signed Brissett?
Lead actor, yes, Sophie. They signed Jacoby Brissett.
She's got to pay if she, or we have to pay.
Sophie,
to the mic.
Stop talking, or else we have to pay you. So Lily Gladstone, God bless her. God bless her performance. I will be seated for whatever she does next. Actually, there was a trailer for her next project. It was a Hulu series with Riley Keough, where they're like detectives or something. And I'll tell you what, Fitz, I'll be there.
You will be seated, like you just said.
That's little grandbaby Elvis. Little grandbaby Elvis.
Little grandbaby Elvis. There you go. So now going back to the last couple of years of the Oscar, you pointed this out. You said it's a 400 average for Best Picture the last handful of years. Is that right?
What was that? 5 years? Yeah.
So last 5 years, Best Picture winners. Just
do you got them, or do you want me to repeat that?
I got them right here because we're halfway through the decade. In that case, well, I guess 2019 would be the 2021. We're almost halfway through the decade.
Yeah.
Parasite in 2020. But again, 2019 movie. So
yeah, they got that one.
Nomadland.
Okay.
Did you see Nomadland?
Yeah, that's a stinker.
I thought it was a good picture.
It's not a best picture.
Compared to, Judas and the Black Messiah was better.
Yeah, that should have won. I think
that was way
better. All right, what's next?
I actually didn't see a lot of the movies that year. That was a COVID year, but I did see Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
and that was
the COVID
definitely
year
better
was
than
ass.
Then you got Coda.
Yeah. Has anyone thought of that movie since that night?
I thought of it just.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who when people thought of that movie when it was referenced as a joke on Barry season 4.
Belfast, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, West Side Story that year.
I mean, I don't know. Fucking Dune. I guess.
What's your name right now?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's awful. Coda. That's one of those fake movies.
And then why don't you tell me who won last year's Oscar?
Everything Ever All at Once fits. We know where I stand on that picture. I was saying to Sophie last night, the juxtaposition of the directors of the Best Picture winners the last 2 years, of like their vibes. Like you've got Nolan, who's like the coolest dude, like the chillest, like he smokes his bitch is too bad, he smokes too tough.
His swag too different.
They're gonna kill him. And then the Daniels, who are like the most soy boys to ever exist on Earth. It's like the juxtaposition was very funny. I noticed
the most Reddit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Last night, until Best Actress, I was thinking to myself, are movies back? Maybe.
I was thinking this last night. I didn't go through it. Let's do it right now to wrap up the podcast here. I think I've seen you tweet something along the lines of "Are movies back?" about 15 times, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
yeah.
Movies back from Jake Wong. This is enthralling radio too, but I feel
why?
like
what's your problem with it? It's a thing I'm passionate about.
I feel like you've made that declaration.
Well, because sometimes they'll be back and then it'll be over again. So then they can be back again after that.
23 hours ago, I think movies might be back.
Yes, that was
one day ago.
Are
movies back?
Yeah, that was the same. Yeah.
July 21st, 2023. Movies were back for a solid 18 hours in response to Challengers starring Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist will now be released on April 26th.
I'll tell you what, that looks good. That's a good trailer. It's played several times in front of movies I've seen in theaters, and that I'm excited.
In response to Ving Rhames, Alfred Molina, and Ron Perlman being the latest additions to The Instigators, you said, "Oh my fucking god." Said it once, I'll say it again. Movies are back.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. It's a Boston film. That filmed in my alley in Back Bay. That was the one Matt Damon up on the scaffolding.
That's right. You did mention that.
Yeah.
That was March 28th of 2023.
Okay. So
March
you're
17th,
being a bit dramatic is the point.
March 17th of 23. Denzel Washington to star alongside Paul Mescal and Barry Cowan for Gladiator. Movies really are back. I can't believe. January 10th, 2023. Movies are truly back. This post is from a suspended account.
I wonder what that was.
Not including 2020, the last two films to top the global box office that weren't Marvel or Star Wars, that were all the way back in 2014. It was Transformers. Something about fucking... And you said movies are back. Just straight.
It must have been Avatar and Top Gun.
It's exactly what it was, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Movies might be back in July of 22.
Okay, well, Fitz, all right. Let me lay it out for you, Fitz, for those plebs out there. Listen, the world of cinema, theatrical or not, it's very different than it was, say, 20 years ago. And for a while there, COVID. It's still going on. It's still definitely a problem. The money, where the money's coming from in the industry, and the creative and everything. But sometimes you get a little glimmer of hope where you think, are movies back? And I just like to express myself when I get that glimmer.
That's right, as you should.
Yeah.
Speak your truth. Now, are movies back after Emma Stone won Best Actress, though?
So that's a big hit for movies being back.
It's not over for cinema, but they're not necessarily back.
It's not over, but yeah. Listen, Poor Things, while it wasn't my cup of tea, it definitely was original. Well, it actually was adapted. It literally wasn't. It literally wasn't original, but it wasn't like an IP or anything like that. So credit where credit's due. So is it back or is it's not over, but I don't think we're back right now.
It's in a state of limbo.
Yeah, we're in purgatory.
I guess we'll have to see.
Like Madam Web bombing, the movies are back. We're back. Like it's good to see just slop bomb, because you don't want easy money for these studios. You want them to actually have to make good pictures.
They have to earn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a movie reference right there for you.
Earn it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's Pot on Lansdowne.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
Song of the week.
Oh, geez, how did I forget Song of the Week?
Oh my gosh, Song of the week. God, what have I been listening to?
Are there any Tampa Bay artists?
What the fuck?
Are there any artists from Tampa Bay?
That really rep Tampa Bay?
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? 3 6 Mafia is obviously, right?
Oh
no, there's really not all that much, to be honest with you. So I'll go with another Florida group or artist. Something by Tom Petty.
I'll tell you what. At my internship the other day, people were talking about Moneyball, and I'll tell you what. My song of the week, "The Show," by
Such
Lenka.
a loser, Dad.
Yeah. Love that. Love it. Yeah, it's my show. The show by Lenka. If you listen to that and you don't get a little teary-eyed thinking of old Billy and his daughter, then you're made of stone.
How easy it is to play first base.
And then you're made of stone. And how could you not be romantic about baseball?
My song of the week. I was trying to take some time to stall for a Tom Petty song. Let's go. Don't Do Me Like That. Dan the Torpedoes.
Okay.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Great song. So that'll do it. This edition of Pond on Lansdowne. Hopefully Liam's immune system actually gets with the program. And
we didn't even say why he's sick, guys.
I mentioned that he's not feeling.
No, you just said he wasn't here.
I said because he wasn't feeling well.
Oh, sorry. I
thought I did. Well, he's not feeling great.
Yeah.
And send a prayer emoji to @Pod on Lansdowne on Twitter this week for Liam's prayers.
Yeah.
For Liam, who is sick. For Jake, who is healthy and is here. I'm Fitz. You're you. We'll talk to you next week. Season preview episode. Not this upcoming week, but the week after, right before the season's about to start. Okay. Make sure we have as much information as we can, because if the Red Sox get Jordan Montgomery, maybe the projections change. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. We'll do that right before the season begins. So, we'll figure out something for next week. We will. But until then, go Sox, and obey your mother. Now, you have a very big job here.
Yeah,
Jay.
no, I just realized that as you said it.
Do you want to, double up?
Yeah, no. Do it again.
Thank you for joining us. This is Pod on Lansdowne. We have a great episode here for you today. That was a good joke. Although, that was kind of like Jimmy Kimmel's joke last night, so never mind. We have to restart the show again. Kimmel. That fucking guy stinks.
Kimmel up there making fun of RDJ's addiction and everything.
And then still keep going. And the worst...
movies are long!
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right? You don't like movies. And then him going, Mr. Drumpf, isn't it past your prison time?
Couldn't they just get Billy Crystal? I mean,
right?
I'm certain he could do it.
Or
Mulaney. He said no, I think.
No. Well, they need to give him a macaroni and cheese next year to get it done.
All right,
just anyone not
do the thing.
Go Sox and obey him, mother.
Obey your mother.